Yeah, it's good to finally kind of play a game like that. It's been a while. Everything's been kind of nip and tuck. So really proud of our guys. Thought we had a great week of practice. You know, best week we've had in a long time. I think the guys could kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, we had a pretty good little grind there for a 4-game period. You know, playing on the road at West Virginia, playing on the road at Texas, and playing on the road at Baylor, 3 out of 4 games. That was a pretty good little grinder for us, and guys got through it. And it's good to have a chance to get back home and, you know, played well. Defense scored 2 touchdowns. Really played well in the kicking game. Guys played hard. It's good to have a chance to play a lot of different players. You know, Chandler Morris has done an outstanding job all season of working hard and being a great teammate. So it's good to see him get to play. You know, he played well, which was exciting. Amani Bailey thought he carried the ball well. It was good to see, man. Thought it was a fun night, and obviously, you know, our guys will celebrate for a little bit tonight. We'll see how the Kansas State game goes and see who we'll start getting ready for first thing in the morning. So, great win for our program and our players, and proud of the guys. I think it was a real tribute to our seniors. I know we got a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps for TCU in the stadium, and I know it meant a lot to the team to send those guys out, you know, with their last home game at Damon Carter Stadium with a victory. So really proud of them, and like I said, we're excited. We're going to enjoy this for a couple of hours and on to the next one.
This looked like a game that it was leave no doubt. Was that the message this week, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just, you know, I think we felt like we hadn't played maybe as well as we're capable of playing in a couple of weeks. You know, we've been pretty banged up, and we had to fight through a bunch of stuff last week. You know, in the Baylor, leading up to the Baylor game, a bunch of guys sick, and you know, so that was a tough week. You know, for us to be able to win that game and survive that game was a big deal for us. And you know, I think, like I said, we had a really good week of practice. You know, we were able to sleep in a little bit more than normal because we were out of school. It made a huge difference. You know, guys just seemed fresh in practice. Thought we had the best Tuesday, Wednesday practice we've had in a long time. So, you know, I thought we'd play well. You know, you just never know. You know, Iowa State's a very good football team, and they would do some breaks, and they really are. They've just had a lot of bad luck this season, and you know, sometimes the law of averages takes over, and you know, we've been fortunate to win a couple of games here and there, and so you know, we wanted to come out and play like we're capable of playing, because we felt like it'd been a while since we've done that.
Coach, Max Duggan has thrown for over 3,000 yards now this year, 29 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. You talked about it a little bit midweek, but now that the regular season is over, has he done enough to get to New York?
Oh, I think so. I mean, I think anybody that's you know, watched us this year, you guys that have been around, I mean, y'all know what he means to our football team and to our program, and he certainly is deserving of an opportunity to go to New York. You know, it's hard to, I just told the guys in the locker room, it's hard to get through the year 12-0. I think there's 3 teams right now in college football that have managed to do it. So it's very difficult, especially, you know, when it's been a while. You know, sometimes, you know, dealing with all the buildup and all this stuff can be a little exhausting and a little bit overwhelming for a team that hasn't done it before. And that's what's so impressive for these guys, is that they've never batted an eye, never felt like they got overwhelmed, never felt like the stage was too big for them. And, you know, and that's hard when you're kind of rebuilding. Typically you get on a big stage, maybe like we did at Texas, and you know, you don't play the best football, and really proud of our guys for, you know, not letting things like that bother them. They just really like to practice and like to play, and really just impressed with their, you know, their maturity. But going back to what you said, I mean, yeah, Max definitely deserves to be in New York, and I'm hopeful that he will be.
What do you think led to the way the offense was able to perform against the Iowa State defense at the top 10 in the scoring?
You know, it was hard. I mean, it's still, you know, we scored a bunch of points, but you look at, we didn't have a lot of yards, you know, and the yards are hard to come by with these guys. All the other stuff is so important. I mean, field position was really important in this game, especially early in the game. You know, we had a couple of nice kickoff returns and good punt returns, and got some stops defensively, and got some short fields early, and that helped us, helped us get in the end zone, and then we converted a couple of fourth downs, that we needed to score touchdowns early on. Felt like it was going to be one of those kind of games that was going to be, nip and tuck potentially, and just proud for our guys. Just kept grinding, and they were really, really excited to play this game. They really were. They were fired up about it. And as I said earlier, I think we wanted to play better because we didn't feel like we played to our capabilities last week, and so it's good to come out and play like we thought we could.
Sonny, that said, what kind of statement do you think this sends to the playoff committee? I know you still got the Big 12 championship game, but how do you think this sends to that committee to make any selection?
I don't know. I mean, I think same thing. Look, I know the history. With TCU and Iowa State and big victories, and didn't work out particularly well in 2014. I know that. But as I've said all along, I think this is different. I think college football is different. I think this committee's different. I think the Big 12 is viewed differently than it was then. It's a gauntlet. I mean, I think the people that really study the game know how good the league is. And so to be able to go through this thing undefeated, to be able to win the road games that we did, to grind through some of the tough wins we had to grind through, I think shows that we have a good football team. And it's like anything else, whoever we play next week is going to be really good. Doesn't matter if it's Kansas State or Texas. I mean, they're going to be really good. And we're going to need to play some of our best football next week to have a chance to win. We're really happy for our guys tonight. I mean, I think they got to enjoy themselves. It's kind of been nip and tuck here down the stretch some, and they got to enjoy it, and I was really happy for them.
Obviously, Quentin did not play. Was
Yeah.
any of that to do with the turf, or was that just?
No, just kind of we're going to try to save him if we could. We keep needing him to play, and so the thing is that he gets healthy and then he kind of gets banged up again and he'll swell up and it'll take him most of the week. And our thought was let's try to get him to the Big 12 championship game if we could. And he did a great job warming up tonight. He was available. I think if we would have had to have him, but guys picked up the slack and thought we played really good at wide receiver. Some of the young guys got a chance to play a little bit. Blair played well. Jordan Hudson did some good things. And I thought we threw the ball better tonight than we have in a while. So threw it and caught it against a very good defense.
So you grew up with a coach's kid.
Yep.
And tonight you finished a 12-0 regular season and you passed your dad in career victories, 83 days,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
What does that mean to you?
Kind of like I said all along, I mean, it's just, every week has been, the game just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so, we just kept talking about, trying to take this one game at a time approach. And you could tell here the last couple of weeks, guys, it started to weigh on us a little bit. We tried not to talk much about it, but again, when you're going through this the first time, the guys have done a great job not letting it bother him, but it does weigh on you a little bit. And it's good to get this one behind us and have a chance to focus on the Big 12 championship game, because that's been something I think we've been in the game for almost a month now, and it's something we've never talked about, and our guys knew it was there, and so now we get to focus on it and go ready for this big, for the next big challenge. As far as my dad's deal goes, I mean, pretty sweet to be able to do it. Kind of the irony of it all, to go 12-0 and pass him wins and career wins. I've kind of felt him kind of all year with me. It seems like a little bit with this team, and I know he would certainly get a kick out of our guys and the way that they work and what kind of people they are, because it's a heck of a group and guys that I'm certainly proud of. I know he would feel the same way.
You mentioned the moment. I don't know if it was after the West Virginia game or what it was. Have you've seen us get out of their system?
Yeah, I mean, just man, like I said, we had 3 tough road games in 4 weeks. Against it's hard to win at West Virginia. I think everybody knows what kind of team Texas is capable of having. And Baylor last week, like I said, we were just kind of hanging on. And so it was good to get through that gauntlet and win those games, and just shows a lot about the resolve of this team. Because I mean, it hadn't been easy, and these guys have welcomed every single challenge. Now, it's another big one this week. We're going to have to beat somebody twice, which is never easy to do. But that's okay. I think this team will be up for it. We'll prepare our best and go give it our best shot.
The moment won't get you.
I don't think so. I don't think the moment will bother these guys one bit. I really don't think so. I think that, you know, as I said, I think in the back of their mind, this has been there for a while, and you know, now we get to talk about it.
For all these national experts that have said you guys aren't that great, the record doesn't show great teams, does it feel good to get a win like this in the national audience to kind of prove some of those doubters wrong?
I think so. I mean, look, I think those guys, again, like I said before, I don't know that those guys believe half of what they say. You know, and that's their job, and that's cool, whatever. Everybody's got a job they got to do, and ours is try to win games, and we've been able to do it, and theirs is to, you know, do what they do. And so, yeah, I mean, like I think anytime you can go out and play well and separate yourself from your competition, that's a positive step in the right direction. And so we were able to do that today, and I don't know what they're going to say. And